Jack, the talk last year was chemistry. You guys didn't have a lot of time to gel, and that led to losing to Dallas this time around. Just where do you think things might have gone wrong this year?
Well, I mean, I think the margin of victory and defeat is very small this time of year, and obviously you want to be on the right side of it. Looking back, it was, we won two overtime games against Minnesota. Helped propel us in that series. We're on the wrong side of two overtime games here, and then the last series against Edmonton, and I think we could easily still be playing right now, and we're not. And credit to them, they did enough to win. So can't fault the guys on effort. I thought we competed hard, especially in a few of the games there. Game 5 at home, you get a 0-0 game. I thought it was a really well played hockey game, and everyone really left it out there. It's unfortunate it's over, but only one team goes home happy at the end of the year, and everyone else is looking for answers on how to win. So we're gonna reassess it and figure out what we can do better to be the last team.
For Jack, you guys obviously didn't have any problems scoring in the regular season, and that's a much bigger sample size. Just what are your thoughts on the offensive side of things in the playoffs and not scoring as much as you guys would like?
Well, obviously the scoring goes down in the playoffs, right? It's tighter checking. Everyone's more willing to block shots, and I think everyone's more responsible defensively. So it's tougher to score goals in the playoffs for sure. I think we all know that. It's it's a bounce here and there. It's a play here and there. It's finishing an opportunity, and we just weren't able to do it at the end of the day. It's unfortunate you get shut out 2 games in a row, and we need to collectively as a group find a way to produce that time of year and score goals.
For Brayden, can you just walk us through how banged up you were down the stretch there, and then how close maybe you were to not playing in any of those games?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Definitely banged up for sure. Definitely close to not playing, but I mean, a lot of guys go through stuff, and you play if you can, and I was able to play, able to make it comfortable enough to play. So, you do what you can at that time of year.
Hey, for Jack, one of the positives this year was the emergence of the power play and some newer faces stepping up and providing some offense on the power play. Just what did you see in the growth of that unit this year, and then how do you guys keep that momentum going into next season?
Well, I think we found a good chemistry, and everyone understood the role and how the power play would function when it was good, and it was great because it was a weapon for us, and something that I think we came into the season knowing that we needed to improve on. And it was I think everyone that jumped in to different roles and positions, whether there was injuries or guys were in and out of the lineup, I think everyone did a great job, and it's something we put a lot of focus on, a lot of time and effort, and practice and work and video, and it ended up being a big positive for our team, and something that I think we're able to grow on. So it's definitely something you can take away and be proud about.
Jack, what would you like to see management do?
Not my role as a player. I think we all have a lot of confidence in Bill, George, and Kelly, and I think they'll do whatever they feel is necessary to improve the group. And for us as players, our job is to go out there and perform and do that to the best of our abilities.
Brayden, as someone who's been here since year one, when you look back at season 8,
when you reach 50 wins for only the third time in franchise history, Pacific Division champs for the fourth time, but it's still an early exit. So, like, how do you balance that when you look back on this season?
Yeah, I mean, it is disappointing. You want to be playing as long as you can. You know, we were final 8, team's playing, but you know, you have a great season and you put yourself in a good situation where you have home ice for, you know, at least the first 2 rounds. You hope to continue to play, and you know, Jack touched on it earlier about how playoffs go. It's the margin of error is really small. You need some bounces, and you know, the overtime games. If we it helped us in Series 1, and it didn't go our way in Series 2. So we easily could be still playing. We didn't. Did we play our absolute best in playoffs? At times we did, but consistently maybe not. But yeah, it's disappointing. You want to be playing, especially with the group we had.
Jack, Bruce mentioned before Game 5 that you guys kind of talked about how this probably isn't going to be a one-off, and it's you guys and the Oilers are probably going to stand in each other's way for the foreseeable future, I guess. Is that something you take into the offseason as motivation, knowing that this is the team you guys are probably going to have to go through next season to get where you want?
Yeah, we spoke about it. Obviously, they have a good hockey team, and they're hungry. And you know, they lost in the finals last year, and they were very competitive in the series that we played them. And you know, we want to be competitive every year and you know, be the best team in the league. So I think you have 2 teams that are both trying to achieve the same goals, and at the end of the day, like, you're going to clash, right? So you need to find a way to be on the right side of those battles and ended up winning. And you know, we just didn't do enough to beat them this year. Credit to them, they played well. And so in terms of motivation going into the off season, I don't think anyone, you know, needs any extra motivation. You go in every off season trying to figure out a way that, you know, you can improve yourself as a player and get better and prepare for the next season, and what you can bring to the group to try and make things better.
For Jack, everybody knows you can score, but your true, you know, brilliance on the ice is the playmaking, the vision, setting up other guys. Is there a way to, for lack of a better term, be more selfish as a goal scorer, but without giving up the playmaking?
Yeah, I mean, it's always been in my nature to be a little bit more of a distributor. At times, yeah, I'm always getting texts and messages, and it seems like everyone has an opinion telling me to shoot more. And you know, there's probably times where they're right, and I could be more selfish and shoot the puck. So you know, it's something that I can go in the off season and look at and say, how can I find ways to score more goals and be better in the opportunities I have and find ways to contribute that way. So it's definitely something I'll look at and try and improve on.
Jack, going off of that, last year I don't know if it was more so you had something to prove, but you obviously wanted to come in this year and be better and turn it into your best year. What does that next year look like, trying to build off of this year?
Well, I think it's just about consistency, and I've spoke about it before. It's an everyday thing, right? So how can you be your best every day, whether it's practice, games, whatever it is? So that's really what I focus on, you know, just trying to be consistent in my process and work hard and try and get better. And I think the results kind of take care of themselves after that. So I think you look at the season, played with great players. We had a great team. We won 50 games in the regular season. We had the first or second ranked power play in the league, and there's so many things that I can credit. You know, our organization puts us players in such a great place to have success, and feel really grateful for that. And I think you compound all those things, and you saw with a lot of guys this year who had career years and a lot of success. So tons of credit to the guys in the room, tons of credit to the people around here that do all the work behind the scenes. Our trainers, our staff upstairs in the strength room, our equipment people. You need all. It's a team effort. So feel fortunate to have a great support staff around here.
This is for both of you guys. There are lessons to pull out of every series. What are the lessons you're pulling out of this one?
Probably just the little details, and it's the smallest things that go a long ways in a playoff series, and just being more consistent throughout each game, I think, is important. And yeah, like we said earlier, the margin of error is not much. You know, if we win those overtime games, maybe we're up in the series, or we're going to play game 6. So. Yeah, just the little details. Playoff time, it's it's the best time of year, but it's tough. It's hard to win, hurts to win it, and it's a grind. So.
Last call for questions. We'll take one more from Nick and Danny.
Question for both of you guys. Jack mentioned that only one team goes home happy at the end of the year, and I'm sure it's a little tougher when you're a team that has realistic Stanley Cup aspirations and it falls short in the second round. What is the emotional process of just reframing your mindset and moving on into looking into the offseason and the next season?
Well, I think it takes a little time, right? So you lose a game on Wednesday night, and I think if you ask every guy in the locker room, the playoffs start, your expectation is you're going to be the last team standing, and so you don't really have any plans. You have nothing going on until the end of June, and so when the season comes to an abrupt stop, I think there's a few days of a lot of emotions. I mean, I think you're feeling a bit empty and kind of you don't really know what to do, right? So I mean, we've been coming to the rink every day since the beginning of September, training, preparing, working to try and achieve an ultimate goal that we all have in common. And when that doesn't happen, you're just kind of left thinking, what did we do wrong, right? So I think initially it's, a lot of the negativity that you're like, oh, we didn't win. What did we do? What could we have done differently? And I think as time goes on, you can decompress a little more, look back at the season, and understand the things that you would like to have done differently, but at the same time be proud of some of the things that we accomplished as a team this year. Like I said earlier, one team goes home happy. Nabber said it. We were one of the final 8 teams in the league. I think that there's some things there. But at the end of the day, we didn't achieve what we wanted to do. So, yeah, it's definitely tough. It's tough to sit here today and not be still playing.
Last one, Danny.
Jack, I know probably the farthest thing from your mind right now, but July 1 will be around the corner before we know it. One, how quickly would you like to get a new deal done? And second of all, what about Vegas has been great about calling a home for you?
Yeah, listen, I mean, I think with that stuff, it's sort of out of my control, and I just try and focus on the things that I can control, right? And it's a phenomenal place to play hockey and live, and a community to be a part of. It's a great group of people to come to work with every day. Can't say enough about my teammates and the people in this building, and the people that make this organization what it is. And super proud to be part of this organization and this city and represent the Vegas Golden Knights. So contractually, I think those things kind of take care of itself, and I'll just worry about trying to prepare for next season, this off season, and go from there.